Hey YouTube, this is React City. I'm Michael.
I'm Rose.
I'm Nikki.
And this is Death Note episode 7. So, last time we left off, Light was walking along with, I forgot her name.
The fiance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anything from that you guys want to talk about?
Unfortunately, he's gonna kill her. I don't want her to die, but she has crucial information that would basically end the show. So it's like, end her, or end the.
If she gives this information to the police, it won't take them very long to figure out that Kira is actually me.
Uh-huh.
I have no choice but to eliminate her.
Oh no.
Something wrong?
Just looking at you evilly, don't worry.
So, have you told anyone else about this?
No, you were the first
Because
person
have you
I told.
told anybody else about this?
You're lucky, but how will you get rid of her?
Yeah.
It's not like you can do it here.
Mr. Simon, nobody will be introduced by morning.
What's so funny to you?
Oh dear.
Because it has to be something that they would do.
Oh.
I've determined that Kira is not among us.
They're all like, yeah.
Ryuzaki.
Among Us.
Unbelievable. He tells us to turn off our cell phones. Understood.
He holds it
I'm
like
just
this.
about finished here anyway. You've got the key, so let yourself in.
Well, if it's all the same, I think I'd like to report it myself. And after talking to you, I've decided that it would be best to do it as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
She's sus. She's like,
Just 10 seconds until 1:15. I have to admit, I'd really love to see how she dies.
Oh my
But I can't be caught following her around. Go on. Hurry to your death.
Wow. And then she does nothing. She does nothing. Because it's not something she would do. That's why we laugh. He's like,
this one's not right here.
What's going on? It should have happened already. It's a fight.
what?
My experiments indicate that in a situation like this, I should be able to control a person's actions. So what's wrong?
He's just wheezing in the back.
He's reacted the same way every time her name comes up.
Oh, because she's not using her real name.
Ordinarily, I would never show my face to any of you. The fact that I'm here is proof that you've won Ryuzaki's trust.
Now that you mention it, I do feel honored.
I do feel honored.
He's like, what was that laugh?
Oh my goodness. A tall guy in an awesome suit was this old man over here.
New IDs.
What for?
What do you mean, what for, man?
What do you mean, what for?
That has to be it. But he knew all along. He could see her real name with his eyes. That's why he wouldn't stop laughing. I should have known. She's been overly cautious from the beginning.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
It's gonna be almost impossible to ask for her real name knowing she gave me an alias the first time.
Yep.
She also knows that he was investigating relatives of the
It looks
police,
suspicious that I
which he
knew
just
she
said
was
he
using
is.
an alias.
Someone from the task force might be back there by now.
Wait, so she walked that way, just walk back?
Oh no. What if my father calls back now? I already promised her that I'd let her talk to him if he did. If this phone rings, it's all over for me. What am I gonna do?
Turn it off. It's like a button at the side.
This is crazy. All I have to do is turn my cell phone off.
There you go.
He's panicking.
Yeah.
Now, calm down. You know what needs to be done. Just find
It's
out
like,
her
oh
name.
no. It's like, what do I do?
Oh my gosh.
She's a woman after all. I suppose if I had to, I could use force.
Oh.
No.
No.
No, the last thing I want to do is make a scene in public. I've got to get her somewhere isolated. Where? What explanation could I give her? It would never work. She's too careful.
Yeah.
A better approach.
What is he gonna
I
do?
do this.
Random
I'm
CG.
going to convince her to
Was
give
that
me-
CG?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that deal I mentioned is still open. It's just like putting on contact lenses. Completely painless.
Would I be willing to give up half my life just so I could learn this woman's real name? No, I wouldn't. In fact,
No.
it's not even worth considering. Now quit wasting my time. Just shut your mouth, Shinigami.
I'd like to go there by myself, if you don't mind.
Angry
Yeah,
face.
no problem. Kira requires a name and a face to kill.
They're literally asking why.
We will confront him with that premise in mind, and I think it should be obvious why.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
of all people, the police shouldn't use fake IDs. Enough.
What choice do we really have?
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of our enemy.
Somebody with
If
sense.
you're working on this case, I think we're going to need all the protection one can get.
Right.
No wonder you produced a national
Yeah,
top
you got a
student.
good point.
The only one who thinks in this room.
And be careful not to take them out while in the presence of other police officers. I'm sure I don't need to tell you that could cause problems for us. I understand.
I understand. Good guy, Mogi.
No way! This is totally cool! I feel like some kind of secret agent going after Kira.
Quiet, Matsuda. This is not the time.
Like, you idiots.
Knock it off.
Yes, sir. I've got about 5 minutes before that woman gets to police headquarters. I need her real name, and I don't have much time to spare.
Why do we have the same reactions?
But why not?
Didn't you find it odd that there was no one at task force headquarters?
Yeah, I did find it a bit strange, but if this is supposed to be a secret, then how do you know so much?
Guess I spoke too much.
Because I'm the son.
Very well. You leave me no choice.
Because I'm part of
Because
it.
I'm actually a member of the
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm the member of what?
Of the task force.
These days, the task force is made up of a chosen few, an elite group of people handpicked for the job by L. All are highly
I
skilled,
like how he just like humble
well-respected,
bragged
and above
just
all,
a second ago.
Shaky eyes.
It's believable.
It is, but yeah.
The hotel
But-
guy was like, "You helped us before."
Thanks for explaining. But just to be safe, I'd like to try and visit the task force.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
But up until 3 months ago, I worked as an FBI agent.
This is
He has
something I can use. Guess I shouldn't be surprised. In
evil
fact, I
stare.
noticed early
Back
on
to
that
conversation.
I'll be honest with you. It's because you remind me of Elle. There's something about you that's just like him.
Thinking back to the L I saw in the hotel a second ago, they're not the same.
Twins.
Well, they are both childish and hate to lose.
Will you investigate this case with me?
I haven't written
I
anything.
want you to come work with us as part of the task force. We could use your help.
You want me to join the task force?
I can't help but think that it must be fate that I met you today. I'd like to be the one to recommend you.
Oh, he's like real close.
Oh.
It would be a great help. I'm sure you have personal
Come on.
obligations to attend to.
Bro, dude, get here quicker. Ruin everything.
True. Please let me investigate this case with you.
Bruh.
How can he like keep a straight face with him laughing?
That's
behind
what I
him?
was
Form
thinking.
of identification before we proceed.
Oh,
Yes?
you see the name I gave you earlier? Well, it wasn't actually my real name. I'm so sorry.
Who gives another alias?
Stupid.
Oh. Snow.
Snow. Wait, really? Oh, it is blocked.
Is that a thing?
So close.
My gosh, he almost spotted.
So, if you don't mind my asking, why do you keep checking your watch?
Oh,
There's an appointment to keep.
I guess it's because I'm Kira.
Poor girl. Trusted all the way to death.
Well, he still has her driver's license. You might want to give them back. You know.
Poor thing.
There's something I have to do.
My father's cell phone might be available now. Do you want to see if you can talk to him?
No, thank you. I have nothing to say to you.
Then goodbye, Naomi Misura.
You have her thingy. You should probably get rid of that.
Yeah. Oh. Discussion.
Yeah. See why I started with this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally only have she dangerous.
She dangerous.
And then I was gonna write she in danger, but I didn't get to that.
She did.
She did.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, we saw Ryuk just laugh.
Yeah, he laughed every time. Apparently, he was laughing every time she said her name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because...
Bit of a giveaway, but...
Yeah.
A little hint.
Yeah. And you also picked up on one of the splash screen things that he has no obligation to explain himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I said it. I think I said it wrong, but I'm pretty sure I said I had no obligation to explain the Death Note in its entirety, not correctly. Just don't have to say everything.
It's like,
Right.
this is a Death Note. You write it in, people die. That's enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Actually,
as they come
even
along...
this is a Death Note. Good luck.
That's what happened.
Yeah, he decided to write instructions in it because he wants to see things happen.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to see the fun.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And what was it? He left something out that Light was like, I can't believe you didn't tell me this sooner, or something.
because he didn't tell him that anybody else who touches it will also see him,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and they also basically it's like they could control it as well, but he will have to see them to their death or something. I can't remember.
Well, once you see it, the door's unlocked. You can see everything.
Right.
Once somebody touches the Death Note, Ryuk has to stay on the Earth as long as that person's alive.
Right.
Yeah. And we also know probably the reason why they have no duty to explain is because they themselves don't necessarily know how it works. Because as we saw, Light figured something out about the book that Ryuk didn't even know.
Yeah.
That you could control the actions of multiple people before it led into it or something like that. If it made sense that they'd do it.
Right.
He didn't know that.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he tried to suicide her at first, but it failed because she gave her an alias, which makes sense because she suspected the fact that her fiance gave his name is what got him in trouble. So she's being super cautious, giving her an alias.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she should have, felt something was wrong when she tried to shake this guy like 3 times.
Yeah.
And he still followed her around.
Stupid.
Very.
I mean,
she was emotional.
She's vulnerable state.
Yeah,
and everything's smarter in hindsight.
Yeah.
Because maybe you could reason that this guy was following you around because he felt guilty about not telling you that he was on the task force. And
right.
Mm-hmm.
And also something else which she said in the end there, she reminded her of Elle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And she obviously trusts only Elle. She's like, wind blow, I trust Elle. So she has.
You were my fiance.
For whatever they went through and whatever case that was, Elle really impressed her, and anything that reminds her of him kind of tugs at her heartstrings. And unfortunately, Kira tugs at her heartstrings.
Hey. Oh no! What an unfortunate set of circumstances. And then, just like the battle of the mind, all of this was just like. The past 2 episodes have taken place within like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, actually, what's his name? Ryuk spent like the whole night with the father till morning. But what's his name?
You mean Elle.
Yeah, Light spent the whole morning with the father in the task force. And because it was night, last episode, and then...
Yeah. Okay, your words are confusing.
Yes,
but,
they are.
Basically, Elle and the task force were in the hotel from night till morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it was light daytime when she went to look for the task force, I thought.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And they were walking around in daytime.
Mm-hmm.
The time's a little distorted.
A little bit, yeah.
Just because it's like, imagine Elle had his meeting, like they started at say midnight, and Light went to give him his clothes at say 7 in the morning.
Right,
Okay.
right. I was just gonna say we meet Watari.
Yes, I was gonna say something.
He looks like a butler. He's
It's
basically Elle's butler.
pretty much a butler. It is.
But
Except he did it this time.
No. And
Butler didn't did it.
He's super in on all the spy tech and Elle's knowledge, and he's as knowledgeable as Elle, basically.
Yeah. Well, if he was, I think he would be working more cases. I think he's more Elle's right hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The one that reaches into the world.
Yes. Wearing the cool mask.
He reminds me of like Batman and his butler.
Alfred.
Yeah.
Except it's the Ben Affleck version of Alfred. Where he's like more, what is it? Like young enough to move,
Yeah.
but old enough to look old.
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
So Watari showing his face to them was the sign of, listen, L trusts you.
Yeah.
If we're both showing our faces. So they've solidified, this is the team, we're working together, here's your stuff, go time.
Mm-hmm. So this now comes down to how close to the chest Dad is going to keep his situation. Like, is he super close with his family that he would like tell them, yeah, I'm meeting with Elle? I know he won't. I know he won't
at this hotel at this time.
No.
I know his face. You want to run?
I know he won't go into super detail because he hasn't in the past about the case, but he only like just revealed that he's working the case at all.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he'll let slip any little things that like, oh yeah, I'm meeting with Elle or something, or I have to go to this place, so at least Kira will know that he's probably going to meet Elle or something.
Well, he's definitely, given from the fact that he didn't say at all he was working the case, well, you could kind of reason that maybe he didn't want to worry his family. But he comes across as the type of dad who leaves work at work. So, maybe.
Except that one time he told them everything at the dinner table.
Yeah, but that was also, he wanted to let them know. Like,
why he's gone all the time right now.
Yeah, and that things, like, I might drop dead any moment.
Yeah.
So just prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
Basically.
And Light was like, if anyone does anything to you, I'll personally kill them myself.
Dinner wasn't done! Come back!
You left the potatoes!
Speaking of Light was like panicking when he couldn't get her name. He was like, oh my gosh, what if my phone rings?
Oh, wait.
Oh, I can turn it off. Stay calm.
I kind of like that moment because it showed that like he's like he's still a person who panics. He's not. He doesn't have everything under control.
Yeah.
He hasn't planned for everything.
100%.
That was a cute moment.
He was just like, okay, stop panicking. I just need to stay calm, think through it, follow this woman when she's told me not to follow her anymore. Everything will work out.
Yeah. Word goes word, we jumper.
Jumper,
basically. And interestingly too, he still did not give in to Ryuk to take the eyes of God, or whatever you call it.
the eyes of a Shinigami.
Eyes of a Shinigami. Yeah.
It is interesting, though, that you say God. I kind of wanted to talk about the eyes thing a bit, though. So that shows how much it means to him to not give up half his life.
Yeah.
He wants to be in this world for as long as possible, to correct it as long as possible. If he dies, he'd rather take the full thing or nothing. He's not taking half measures. So I just think that's an interesting part of his character. But also, the whole God thing. This episode, to me, kind of made me feel like if they were implying some divine intervention. Because the previous episode, he said, it seems there is a God after all.
Yes.
Not just the God of the death. No,
right.
it's zoom.
Yeah.
Zoom. But then, Afro guy coming out, he just so happens to start snowing.
Yeah.
And then he puts over the umbrella.
Yeah,
And then it
does
just
not
bobs just enough not to see them.
Yeah.
I feel like that was supposed to imply something. I feel like.
I still don't have anything right now.
All right.
I just have lies, because he was just like ripping him out on the spot, like when he.
Well, actually,
I'm actually. Yeah. Well, you can't. But I mean, he hit the right spot with her, and unfortunately, she trusted. I felt like a lump just fell in my stomach when she gave her name. No.
That's betrayal.
Yeah, and her face when he said because he's Kira, her eyes, like I know that was the point of her switching, but it was also like her shock in there. Like she can't believe she trusted him, only to be backstabbed by Kira.
And probably just all coming to you of like, oh my gosh, it was so obvious.
It was so obvious, yeah.
He followed me 3 times.
And it comes back to what I kind of, if I was in that situation, or I feel like if a regular person was in that situation, I don't understand the logic of leaving the headquarters. But did Light make her leave? I don't remember.
They were talking and walking. So he was just kind of walking with her, and she was just going along and telling the story. And then it kind of hit her. Wait a minute, I think I want to go back to headquarters.
Yeah,
it's just I get that she was in a great place and stuff, but from how she was talking when she was like, I got to do this to catch Kira, you psych yourself into I'm in war mode. Sit down, in the hotel, wait for a task force member to come.
Yeah.
Because you are hunting Kira, somebody who can kill at a distance.
Yeah.
Why would you be outside for any reason except to talk to someone directly? You know,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's a bit dumb to have left in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they have to come at some point. It's like 7 a.m. Work hours about to start. Somebody's gonna come here, right?
Especially considering that she intended to just go back anyway.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
So all you do by walking is giving opportunity. Just a little note. Matsuda is the Flash of the group. Matsuda, the one who was, this is so cool, we're spies.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
The Flash?
Yeah, remember we used to watch the Justice League movie and it would be like everyone's super serious and stern, but Flash
Except
was
Flash.
like part of the group.
Yeah.
And he's just having fun all the time.
Yeah.
Shut up, Flash! I'm saving the world! Yeah. Gave me that vibe. But he's also kind of very awkward.
It's very awkward, yeah.
And a little naive. Like, he's a little young in the task force, so he doesn't catch on as fast.
Yeah.
Although the others seem to be the same. Like, why do we need fake names?
That was dumb.
Yeah, that was...
Really?
Why do we need fake names
Really,
when
though?
we're investigating this guy that can kill via name?
Yeah. I feel like that was supposed to be, for the audience, in case you
Yeah.
forgot or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, come on, we just talked about this.
We just talked about this guy. Well, except this probably isn't as helpful for them as they might think, because what's his name? Light knows a couple of the other people on the task force. Well, I thought he knew a lot of them, actually, because he's helped them before. He knows a lot of people.
Oh.
Oh, you mean he knows the people in the police station in general? I don't
Yeah.
know that he knows who's left in the task force.
Not who's left in the task force, but people in the task force would know him, considering he's helped with the investigation, probably because of his father.
Mm-hmm.
So people who work under his father would know him, right?
It's possible, but it's possible that he knows several police officers, like he knew the hotel manager because of the whole fraud investigation. But I think it's supposed to be like they form multiple task forces for specific situations. So this group of cops may have never met Light. But it is possible because some of them seem to have been veterans, so maybe he does know a couple of them.
I also feel like this is headquarters for all of Japan, isn't it?
National Police Agency head, yeah.
Right. So it's a pretty big task force. Not task force. A pretty big pool of people. Mm-hmm. So the chances of him actually knowing these guys is very low, I think. Especially with this young one that is kind of always with head guy.
Yeah.
He seems really new. And he was asking, like, who's L? And
yeah.
What is this place? Like he's learning the ropes still. So I doubt that maybe he might know like one or two, but I really doubt it.
It's interesting that Matsuda seems to be so new, and he's kind of like the vehicle for audience where he's like introducing this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the one that the chief took with him
to
Interpol.
Interpol. Yeah.
So that to me means that Matsuda's got to be very talented.
Yeah.
And maybe he's like grooming him.
Yeah. So I guess we got to see him
maybe
shine.
Maybe he's just inexperienced. A bit naive, but talented.
Maybe he's more book smart. Like maybe he aced everything, but he still needs to talk better. I don't know. But have better social.
He's practical experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only other thing I wrote was in frustration. It's like, he just died to this.
Yeah.
Giving over her ID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, even if I feel like just his insistence on not wanting you to go to the headquarters.
Yeah.
Even if he was, like, you lose nothing by actually going.
Yeah.
So just go.
In fact, I'll give it to you in headquarters. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that Kira's not watching.
Worst case scenario, you come across as a prick.
Yeah.
Best case, actually that's best case scenario.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you die.
You die.
So just listen. Maybe I'm being the rude one here. I'm not telling you anything. Let's just go in and deal with this, and then I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Done. But again, you brought up very good points, and she sees L in him, and emotional manipulation, and she's in a vulnerable state. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Because we just saw his emotional state with the panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of two-way street.
Yeah. And even like in his panic, he wasn't able to see a clear solution.
Yeah. Just turn off your phone.
Yeah.
Anything else?
It was kind of weird because, like, I said it, and then he was like, wait, that's a great idea.
Thanks, Rose.
That'd be terrifying.
But yeah, so guys, thank you guys very much for being here. Guys, if you like your time here, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Please check out the Patreon description if you guys would like to see the next episode a week early, or if you'd like the uncut version of this reaction or access to the podcast. So, we'll see you in the city. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, bye.
And thanks to our patrons, Dirty Old Man, Jesse, Yuvitek, OGC, and Surreal.